All right, well, it is Friday. It's our favorite day of the week because the dessert diva always comes in.
Thank you.
Danette Randall, what do we have here?
Okay, so these are pumpkin coffee cake muffins.
Pumpkin coffee cake
And they're
muffins.
delicious.
I
already
feel
started
like I
digging in.
maybe should have called them crumb cake because they have like a really thick crumb on the top. They're
Yeah.
more like New York crumb cake style. So,
Interesting.
but I call them coffee cake, so that's okay.
I'm
tell
here
us-
to tell you, they're moist and delicious.
Look at you, couldn't even wait.
I couldn't wait.
So tell us what goes into making
All right.
this.
Okay, so first off, we want to do the crumb topping. And let me just say, like I always say, this is very simple. Anybody can make this. There's 3 different bowls, but don't let that deter you. Because sometimes when people read a recipe and there's so many different things they have to do, they're like,
Like,
but it's
oh,
just
Lord.
yeah, but it's not that hard. So we've got the crumb topping, which is just a little bit of flour, about half a cup of flour, half a cup brown sugar, and then cinnamon, allspice, cloves, because that's the usual suspect in all the pumpkin desserts.
Okay, I
And
didn't know
then
that.
we've got like 4 tablespoons of butter. That's what helps make the crumbs. So you take this and you want
chopped
to
it
make
so
the
perfectly.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I've done it before. So all you do is you kind of take the butter, mush it around, and you want to form clumps because you want to clump it and then drop it on top of the batter. So I make this first, put it in the fridge because you want your butter to be cold and then it won't melt as much when you put it on top.
Okay.
So with anything like that, with any kind of crust or anything with butter like this, you put it in the fridge, okay? So now we have that done. So now we've got just the dry ingredients, flour, again, cinnamon, allspice, cloves, because I put it in 3 different things because I like that spice to go through it. I don't just like it in
Gotcha.
one element. So we have that there, and that's it. Do that first. Now, this is what we have. We've got 1 cup of pure pumpkin.
Okay.
Don't do the pumpkin pie filling.
Okay.
Only buy the pure pumpkin. That's a little bit...
Get the real deal.
Not only, is it better for you, but it's just you'll add your own thing. You don't need the extra sugar that comes in the pie filling. So we're just going to do the pumpkin puree. I told you after Halloween we're going all in on pumpkin
I'm
desserts.
excited
so,
about
all right,
this.
so 3/4 cup. Now I use dark brown sugar. You can certainly use light brown sugar. Don't worry about that. But you know, there's a little bit more of a molasses taste. It bakes up a little bit darker with the dark brown sugar. So that's what I use, but you don't have to. So you're just going to stir that up. Now, again, the spices, cinnamon, a little bit more on the cinnamon, and you know, cloves are kind of strong, so kind of judge your...
Just a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of cloves.
Lighten up
I
on
like
that.
it spice, and a little bit of allspice because I like that little pop of pepper that allspice provides,
Right.
and I think that it pairs nicely when you have something like this. Stir it up. Now, buttermilk. We're gonna do half a cup of buttermilk. Buttermilk is great in baked goods, especially like a quick bread like this, because it keeps it moist, and that's also why we use
Is
oil.
that what makes it so moist?
Yeah, and also the moistness, and also gives it just that little bit of tang, and it helps with the leavening. There's no egg in this, so you just
Okay.
kind of, actually, if you had a non-dairy creamer, because you could make this with a different type of milk, this could be vegan. You wouldn't have to. Anyway, now we're going to half a cup of canola oil, and canola oil, I use that instead of butter in here because again, that helps with the buttermilk and the moistness.
It looks so
And look,
smooth in that bowl.
so it smells.
we're down to 15
good.
seconds.
15 seconds. Well, that's all you do. You're just going to do that, and then you add that
And
flour
how long do
mix.
you bake it?
And then you're going to put this with a scoop into your cupcake holder. It's only going to take 20-25 minutes. But once you put this in, then you're going to put the crumb topping on, take it out,
Voila.
let it bake. A little bit of powdered sugar. I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
Oh, you
already tried it,
Yes,
so.
it's so good. Thank you, Danette.
Thanks.
All right, Lee, we'll bring you back one.
Nothing says November like pumpkin and muffins. All right, Max.